Good morning, everybody. This is Anna Southern with the In Crowd, and I was super excited. So I walked into the studio this morning, and there's a cop sitting there. And so the first thing I asked Mikey is whether or not they were coming to finally arrest him. And he said, "For what?" I'm like, "I don't know. Just pick one thing." I mean, I'm sure there's tons of things that we should get arrested for from what we've done or said or thinking about doing. Anyway, so I have Adriana Duarte here with me today. I'm super excited because she and I are going to start a segment, and we haven't nailed down the name of it, but I think we're getting close. Yes. Something that is very unique to her and unique to me. Right. So, well, first of all, tell people who you are.
My name is Adriana Duarte. I am a senior loan officer at Core Mortgage, and I am also a radio personality here on Latino. And I love this woman right here. I love her.
So we met because of Mike, right? So Mike is an amazing connector. And so since the moment we met, we've connected. Right? And we've become, I think, really, really good friends, which I'm super grateful for. But so I want to make a distinction. Her name is Adriana Duarte, not Adriana.
And not Adriana Duarte. Duarte. I get them all the time. Duarte.
All right, fine. But it's no different than my name, right? People call me Anna all the time. My name it's actually Anna, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I'm excited because you and I are getting ready to start another venture where we are going to go to different localities here in Richmond, Chesterfield, all of the different places that are in Richmond, and bring you local businesses, restaurants. So the first place that we're going to go to is one of Adriana's favorite places. If she is not there, she's sleeping.
That's kind of true. That is kind of true.
She may go there for breakfast. Do they have breakfast?
Yes, they do.
Okay, so
she can probably tell you everything on the menu.
So the first place we're going to go to is Sabor. Right. So there's one off of Whole Street, and then they just opened a new one off of Broad Street,
correct,
as well. Yeah. And then we ran into Kelly Lemon at the foundation on Saturday night. So, was that Saturday? Lord, I don't. It was Saturday. Yeah, my days run.
Yeah, Saturday.
My days running together. So we ran into Kelly Lemon. Shout out to the Richmond Times Dispatch, and she does marketing, so she owns her own. Oh Lord,
coffee shop.
Yes, the coffee shop. All right, Mike. Do you know
what Hang Suite?
Urban Hang Suite. This is why you have people, so that they can tell you what it is that you forget. So we're going to go do a segment there as well, too. So what we want to do is, because the two of us have so much fun together, we want to go out into the community and just show you all of the amazing places that there are.
We want to showcase these businesses,
absolutely,
because small businesses need to be seen.
Absolutely.
If unless you're driving around, you're like, oh, what's that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you'll just drive past it. You're not even going to try it.
Right. Absolutely.
So we're here to showcase and give exposure and just help the community all together.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So if you know of a restaurant or a coffee shop or a really cool hang place where we can go, what we are loving to do. I mean, eventually, yes, we are going to love doing it. No, but our purpose is to go in there to show you the place, obviously to try the food or the drinks or whatever the case may be, or the really hard water, right? You'll try the drinks and I'll try the hard water.
With ice.
With ice.
She's so crazy.
She gets it with hold the
lemon.
And hold the salt on the rim. But then we also want to interview the business owners as well too, right?
That way we can learn the history of how they came about and what's the story behind their business.
Yeah, absolutely. And what their purpose is and who they're looking to connect with and what they want to do in our communities. Because what I'm finding as I'm going through and I'm connecting with all of these business owners and being out in the community is that everybody has a story, and everybody's story is unique, right? So we get an opportunity to bring them on here and showcase that, but this gives it a different twist where we're going into their home. Right. We're going into their space and that is their kingdom. And so they get to show us that. So you did this in Arizona before you moved here. So tell us a little bit about
it. So we used to have a little segment called Coffee and Conquering. I was myself and at that time a business development person that I used to work with. And we would go to different coffee shops and we did that. And it was so great, so successful. And we would invite people, hey, you want to come grab a cup of coffee, whatever with us. But we would also showcase, obviously, the owner and their stories, like you said, because everybody does have a story.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not only that, but it can influence someone. Yeah. Influence someone to be like, I can do that. Yeah. Absolutely. So it's just great. And then on top of that, taste the coffees and give a little review about it and stuff like that. But we had a blast and just informing people, just helping them as well, you know, with helping the small business is so important.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And that's what I love to do. Being a individual that is in the business community, I want to help small businesses, as do you, right? And so help get them exposure. That's exactly what I do. I'm all about branding, and branding is telling your story, letting people know who you are,
Right.
why it is that you're doing what you're doing, and what your purpose and your passion behind that is. Because if people can connect with that, if people can know you, like, let's say Cafe Sabor, right? So Diego's the owner, right? So they know it, they go there, but then if they get to meet him,
Right.
and they hear his story, right?
Absolutely.
And then you connect with that, you have this emotional attachment to it as well, that keeps you coming back as well, I think. And you guys did that very successfully in Arizona. So I'm excited for you and I, and we're going, this Friday is our first segment.
Yes, we're gonna have our first one, so we're gonna be here.
Yes, yes, I'm so
We will
excited.
have the name solidified by then.
Yes, we will.
We have
We
ideas,
will.
but we're gonna
Yes.
solidify that.
Oh, pendulum on that and see what the pendulum says. So I'm excited to do that with you and get that started. So I just wanted to bring that, to let everybody know, and anybody who's out there, if you know a location and you
Correct.
want us to go there,
Yep.
please let me know, reach out to me, reach out to Adriana. If you own a spot.
Right, if you own a spot or you have a favorite spot, let us
Yes,
know. We would
absolutely.
love to go check it out and, have the owner on and showcase it to everyone here in Richmond.
Yeah, absolutely. Or and come with us.
Yeah,
right? Don't
exactly.
just say, hey, by the way.
Yeah,
go too.
be fun, yeah.
But I would love for you
Yeah.
to come with us as well too, because the more the merrier, right? And
Exactly.
we'll cut it up and have some
And we
fun.
promise we're gonna make it fun.
Always.
Because when you're with
Yeah.
we're always gonna be laughing, having
We
fun.
may be dancing at some point to some music that's in our head.
That ice can make you look crazy.
Yeah,
Ice can make you dance.
Exactly.
Just saying.
It can. As Victor likes to say she does all of that sober. So
Absolutely.
it's probably my favorite saying that anybody has ever applied to me. She does all of that sober. That's terrifying. Okay, so let's switch gears a little bit. So
Okay.
I want to talk a little bit about you. You're brand new in this community.
Yeah.
I've only been here 2 years now.
So yeah, it'll be 2.5 years actually.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
That's it.
nice.
Yeah.
But you're helping the Latino community out,
Yeah.
you and Victor with Total Latino, but also with what you're doing at Core Mortgage. So
Right.
share with them a little bit what it is that you do.
So I've been a loan officer for about 13 years now. Okay, it will be 13 years this October. And from there, I've learned, a lot of things that I can do to help the community. One of them is helping them buy a home.
Yeah.
Especially in the Latino community, it's very difficult going through the process when you don't understand the language, the paperwork. It can be all confusing. So in English, it's confusing. Imagine in Spanish, it's even more confusing.
Mhm.
So with that being said, I've learned that that's my goal, to help the Latino community whatever I can. So I started with the mortgage, aspect of it. And then from there, I've met a lot of really great people. And I was inspired to be able to, to do more.
Right.
What can I do? What can I do to help the community?
Yeah.
So like Mike and like yourself, I love the fact of how you guys are a good connector.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to do this. I just love it. I just feel like it's such a great, thing to help with, because people will come to you. They're like, hey, I need help with this. And just being able to direct them to something is just, to me, is amazing. So that's right. So yes, I've been doing that for a long time. And then I met you guys, I met Mikey, and I was given the opportunity to get on the radio. And I remember, I'll never forget, Mikey's like, well, what do you want to do? What's your concept? I'm like, I can do whatever I want. Are you serious?
Right.
You might regret that.
That's
Mikey, but
dangerous.
yeah, but okay, let me think about it. And I thought, this is the perfect platform for me to be able to give that information, to be that connector.
Yeah.
For the Latino community.
Absolutely.
And being here for only 2 years, I realized how quickly our Latino community is growing here.
Mhm.
Within a year, I was like, where are all these people coming from? Because I remember the first year I came here, I'm like, where are the Latinos?
Right.
Where are the Latinos? And then
Not all the same.
and then within a year, I started noticing how they were more and more. And it
So I have
was
a question.
Sure.
I have a question.
Sure.
Do you think that there are more people here now, or do you think you're noticing more?
I think there's more people here now.
Okay. I only
Because
asked that
I've
because
asked, I'm like, oh, so asked them, they're like, oh yeah, I just moved here within the last few months. So I have seen an
Gotcha.
influx of Latinos coming in.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I was just, have you ever heard the analogy or the concept, you go and you buy a red car, a specific car, and now all of a sudden when you go out, you see it everywhere.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if it was that, more of you didn't know, and then now that you've put this thought process or this energy out there, that they're being attracted to you. So it could be a little bit of both, but
Yeah,
people
yeah,
are
you're
saying
right.
they're
Yeah,
moving.
you're right. But I have met a lot of people that just moved here recently, so that's why I'm like, wow. So what I realized was a lot of the businesses here are ready for that. You know, I've talked to people where I'm like, oh, so what are you doing for the Latino community? Do you have a Spanish speaking, representative? No. How do you not have a Spanish speaking representative? Like they need, you
Yeah.
are a great resource. If you don't have that, they can't come to you.
Right, absolutely. Well, it's a untapped market, for lack of a better word, right? But so I know that BizWorks, for example, in Chester they have a Latino program that they're putting.
That's awesome.
Iris Woodson and Tanner are out. I'm sorry, y'all. My son's over here, like he's like dancing and putting his head up against the wall. Like you getting distracted.
He's dancing. I wonder where you get that.
Right, yeah.
It's over.
It's over. The apple did not fall far from the tree. But so they're putting together a program where they wanted to bring education to the Latino community, because a lot of these individuals are going to start businesses, right? Because that's one of the simple, it's hard to start a business, but it's also easy, right? To start a business. And so giving them the resources like, hey, here's how you establish an LLC.
Exactly.
Here's somebody that you can talk to about your taxes, because again, I'm a firm believer of staying in your zone of genius. Taxes are not my zone, right? The mortgage industry is not my zone. Like find people who are experts in that industry that you can trust, that you know, and that you like, and then you can reach to them and say, hey, does this sound right? How does this look? Am I doing the right thing? And so I know that they're looking to do that. Dion Fox is doing that with his financial literacy program with the 5756 Foundation. Ooh, I think 5756. I say it wrong all the time. But there are opportunities that if you speak Spanish and you have a zone of genius, right? So I'm trying to think of like other people that you like America. My friend America, her salsa, right? She's an amazing businesswoman and she wants to help the Latino community. So what is she doing? She's putting on a farmer's market that's specifically for Latinos to come to, and other people are welcome, but that's who it's geared toward, right? So if you want to be a part of that, reach out to me. I can connect you with her. And I think that's starting in, I want to say it's starting in April, and it's somewhere in Chesterfield, Mosley, Midlothian area. So that's awesome. But I love what we're doing for the community, because they are an underserved community. And with that language barrier, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. But if you provide them education, if you provide them opportunities and understanding, then there's so many things that can go right. And then the benefactors is the entire community.
Exactly. Yep.
So
yes, ma'am.
I love that. So tell us what else you're up to or what you're doing.
That's very good. I mean, I'm also working with Dion, just like you said. Yeah. So we're going to be doing that at the high school. We're going to be teaching financial literacy there in Spanish. Awesome. And hoping there as well, we can bring their parents in to teach them.
So what are you teaching them there? Like when you say financial literacy, that could mean,
sure,
that could be balancing your checkbook.
Yeah.
Right. So what exactly are you teaching them? With those courses,
credits.
How long is the course and all that kind of stuff?
So right now we're starting off with just a few classes once a week. See how that goes. It's kind of like a pilot.
Okay.
So we're going to be teaching credit, awesome. How to build credit, how to establish, how to maintain it, and how to rebuild it in case something goes wrong. Because it's not an end all. You know what I mean?
So it's not a destination. It's a journey, right?
It's a journey. Yes. Exactly. So with that being said, I feel like that is so important for, high school, because some of them want to turn 18 while they're in high school. And that's where you really should start building that. Absolutely. It's so important because credit is, I feel like, more powerful than cash.
Oh, 1,000%.
It's going to get you a lot further. Mm-hmm. So without those tools, without that information, they're not going to know. Right. I mean, my parents didn't show me.
No, my parents didn't show me
either. And with my parents, because of the language barrier, right. And because in their country, they didn't have it. So they're coming here, they can't teach me anything about that.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why I feel like it's so important to teach the children now and get them ready. And on that, when they start college, they're going to be applying for loans.
Right. Absolutely.
So applying for those loans, if you have a great credit score, your interest rate's going to be low. Right. So they're going to be saving money altogether right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And when they go to college, this is something that my husband and I, because my daughter did turn 18 in high school, right? So she's getting ready to go off to college next summer. Yeah, in August.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm just being a blubbering mess. I know.
Take a swing.
But so I remember when I was when I first went to college, all of the credit cards came out. Mm-hmm. Like they always preyed on the freshmen and the sophomores and stuff like that. Oh, I can give you, here, just sign up and I'll give you a $250 bonus, or you get a pen or whatever. And this kid's like, oh,
Get a pin.
yeah, exactly. Oh, I get $5,000, right, to just spend, and then they don't realize that that affects them in the future, right? So we're trying to teach, my daughter works for Starbucks right now, and so we're trying to teach her, take 10% of your income, put it into a 401k, put it into savings.
Right.
You don't need it right now. Mommy and daddy have got you covered. Like she's got everything covered.
Right.
You don't need that extra money, but start saving now, because if she saves now at 18,
Right.
then if she saves at 30 or even 20,
Yep.
it's a huge game changer.
And what you are
Compounding interest is,
you are teaching her to start now. So
Yes.
by the time she's 30, it's normal to her.
right, exactly.
It's no, you know what I'm saying? It's a habit, and she doesn't have to think twice about
Right.
it. So that's great that you do that.
Yeah. Because it's money that she's not gonna miss anyway, right? If you never see it, then you don't count on it, right?
Exactly.
And so, and I didn't get taught that, right? I married a CPA and he taught me. Very painful.
What? Yeah, exactly. I gotta do my money.
But like, so I went to college and I took on loans, and it took us probably until about 10 years ago for me to pay off my student loans for college, because my parents couldn't afford to send me to college or pay for it. But that's a huge, and so my credit score is, like you said, your credit score is super important. You could have $200,000 in cash sitting underneath your mattress, and if your credit score is like 200, they're gonna be like,
You can't buy a house.
no, yeah,
I don't care how much money. Well, you can buy cash, but you can't get a loan for a
right,
house.
exactly, and you're a credit risk, right?
Mhm.
And one of the things that people, if you listen to, I'm trying to think of I'm thinking of Gordon Ramsay, because Jack just mentioned him earlier, but who's the other Ramsay guy that teaches you about finances?
I know what you're talking about. He's the one that always tells people, put your money under your mattress, don't put your money under your mattress.
Well, no, he also teaches people to do like I think the
envelopes.
the domino effect, where you pay on the lowest interest rate, whatever loan credit card that you have, and you pay that off, and then you take that money and then you put it towards your next highest to to try to build wealth or whatever. Where was I going with that?
Sorry.
That's okay. What were we talking about? Help! Anybody out there? Jack, were you listening? Gordon Ramsay. What were you talking about? Yeah, never mind. You're like, give me on the exactly.
Gordon Ramsay. Just kidding.
Crap, I don't even remember what we were talking about. Something about loans, paying cash.
Yeah, you're saying how people listen to him and what he talks about that.
Yeah. Okay. Apparently it wasn't relevant. It wasn't enough to remember what it was that he said. So anyway, so I love that what you're doing. I love what you're doing in the community. I love that we've become friends, and this is, I'm cherishing every moment that I'm spending with you, and I'm really excited about this next venture that we're going to go on, because again, it's just going to bring more exposure to the amazing businesses that are in our communities. And I think that makes my heart sing. And I get to go eat.
We get to eat. We get to eat.
I love to eat and drink coffee and all those things.
Be
Decaf
ourselves.
coffee. It's like a sacrilegious to like my, to being Italian, but whatever. And I don't drink, and that's also sacrilegious. And I don't eat pasta. And I don't. I'll take hers. Right. After 2 drinks are monster.
No monster.
No monster.
That monster.
Awesome. All right. So make sure that you guys stay tuned. We'll be going live on our Facebook page. I'm also going to take that and we'll put that up on our, I don't know if you have a YouTube page or.
I do.
Yep. Perfect. So
Latino has a YouTube. Yeah.
Awesome. So you'll see it on all of those locations, her Facebook Live, my Facebook Live, and then on YouTube as well too. So thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for pinch hitting.
Always,
yes. That's why I tell people this is why I do yoga, so that I can stay flexible and just be and do what I need to do whenever I need to do it.
Go with the flow, people.
Go with the flow, people.
It.
Yes. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being with us on the In Crowd. And as always, stay fluid, my friends. I'm always cheering for you.